everyone, Grant K here for the Flame Premium Learning channel. Following on from the last conforming videos, we're going to take a closer look at the event list. Many people are not aware, but the event list is now much more than just a spreadsheet of metadata relating to the sequence. It is now editable, and this will make certain workflow challenges a lot easier to deal with. Ideally, with all the changes to the event list, there should be no need to use the old EDL manager that long-term Flame artists have relied on for various tasks. This is all possible with some of the updates to Flame Premium 2015 Extension 2. Now let's look at some examples. Firstly, the event list has a lot more metadata columns than before. These additional columns can be used for conforming, as well as shot identification within the sequence. However, the big change is that the event list is now editable. Even if the media is linked to the segments or not, you can edit the segment metadata within the sequence. So selecting any segment in the sequence will show its entry in the event list as we have come to expect. However, you can now adjust properties such as name and tape just by clicking on it in the event list. So this shot needs to be renamed. This updates in the event list, but also on the segment in the sequence. These adjustments are not limited to single selected entries. You can select a bunch of shots and make adjustments that affect the entire selection. Now, this is not just limited to renaming. You can also adjust timecode. So you can click on the timecode for the calculator and enter an offset. Or alternatively, you can just click and drag sideways to slip the source timecode for the selected segments. This also adjusts in the segments, and you can see the view update. A very useful point to know is that all the changes to the event list are non-destructive, so you can undo all the changes you've made. This also includes the ability to undo link to match sources if you accidentally linked to the wrong media. So either during conforming or finishing work, you can tweak and make changes to the segment metadata in the formatted structure. Here is another use case. I'm going to show you how to relink media to a sequence using only the event list in the Conform area. So if media has been moved to another location, or you're in the middle of a conform, you can adjust the unlinked metadata to point to the media without having to access another tool or browser. To make this blatantly obvious to you, I'm going to do something that I never recommend anyone doing. I'm going to bring up a file browser and change the name of my directory containing all my media. Now I need to make this extremely clear. This is not Flame's managed media directory. This could simply be a directory on a SAN or a drive that contains my native media that has been imported into Flame Premium. So what I have done has been the equivalent of moving media to another location on a SAN, a NAS, or a drive. So what happens in Flame Premium? When we return back to the sequence, the viewer will be checkerboarded. This means that the segments in the sequence are pointing to a location where it believes the media exists. If it does not find the right files, it checkerboards. Looking in the event list, the file location metadata still believes the media is in the same place. Now, in order to redirect the sequence to the correct location of the media, we need to tell it to let go of the original location. So you can either do it on individual segments, or select the clip in the media panel. Call up the contextual menu by right-clicking and choose Media, followed by Unlink Media. After the confirmation, the checkerboard switches to Unlink Media. At this stage, we are pretty much at the same point with a regular conform. We have metadata that is unlinked and requires media. Now there is nothing to stop you from clicking Set Search Location and browsing to the directory of the media. However, if you pretty much know where the directory structure is located, you could edit the file location in the event list. Locate the file location column. What I'd like to point out here is that every piece of media is located in different directories within a main job tree structure. So all the differences within the subdirectories need to remain the same. Everything above those subdirectories can be changed to locate the media. So select all the entries in the event list. Click on any of the file location entries. Here you will notice that where the file path is consistent in all the selected entries, you are able to read the path. Where there is a difference in the file path, you will see an asterisk. This means you can change any part of the visible file path, but the differences will be retained. So you might need to change an entire mount point, but in my case, I just need to change a directory name. Once the name is changed and you press Enter, the event list will automatically scan the newly assigned location and look for the media. This happens every time you make an adjustment to metadata in the event list. So the media has been found, and you can click Link Match Sources to reconnect the media to the sequence. The event list will also reflect the changes that I've just done. Please note that adjusting metadata and relinking via the event list is only sequence-based. So for multiple sequences requiring relinking, you need to go through each one. In conclusion, the event list should now be much more flexible when conforming, relinking, and managing segment metadata. And remember, anything you adjust is non-destructive, so you can always undo any changes. Comments, feedback, and suggestions are always welcome and appreciated. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to the Flame Premium Learning channel for future videos.